Hi, Dara here from HiveAlive, the world's #1 bee feed supplement. I'm just going to take a few minutes to let you know about our HiveAlive Pollen Patties, which are available now in the US and Canada in boxes of 10 and boxes of 40. As you know, like humans, bees require both carbohydrates and proteins. For bees, the carbohydrate source is nectar or the sugar syrup we feed them, and for protein, the source is the pollen or protein patties. If there's a shortage of pollen and you want your colonies to grow, you need to feed protein. In the May trials used to evaluate protein patties for bees, patties that have pollen always come up on top of the results of trials. Pollen is the perfect protein for bees. The bees evolved it for over 120 million years. Anything else is going to be a compromise. Pollen has the nutrients, the minerals, the vitamins, the amino acids that the bees need to thrive and in the right balance. And that's why we developed our own patty with pollen in it. Real pollen, not pollen substituted. Our new HiveAlive Pollen Protein Patty has a very high level of this ideal protein for bees, pollen. There's 15% pollen in our patties to be exact. That's US pollen in the US and Canadian pollen in our pollen patties in Canada. There's no patty with more pollen in it than ours. And in total, our patties have over 15% protein. And again, we're not aware of any other patty that has more protein than our patty has in it. Not only do we have all that in our pollen patties, we also have a full dosage of HiveAlive Liquid in it, the world's #1 bee feed supplement. HiveAlive Liquid is proven to work and trusted by beekeepers to protect and boost colonies all over the world. So the HiveAlive Liquid has proven health benefits, scientifically proven through trials, but it also makes the patties even more attractive to the bees. This means they're going to take down the patties even faster than ordinary patties, and because they consume so fast, it also means there's less chance of small hive beetle becoming a problem in your colonies. We strongly believe that having all the essential vitamins, minerals, fats, and amino acids in a patty is essential for bee health. And we know that bees do not perform well with patties that don't have all these essential ingredients. Buying patties that don't provide it is a waste of time. The bees can't use the protein properly if it's missing the key ingredients, and so it ends up being wasted, and it's bad value for a beekeeper to spend money on poor quality patties. And that's why we added our own blend of seaweed nutrients and micronutrients and prebiotics into the patty along with the HiveAlive Liquid to ensure that the patties have the optimum nutritional value that the bees need. So when should you feed pollen patties? Pollen patties can be fed whenever you want to increase brood and productivity and ensure you have strong colonies. And in particular when there's a shortage of pollen. This can be in early spring before the flowers open up, and even when the nectar opens up, sometimes it can be a small amounts of pollen. It can be in the summer when there's a drought and there's no flowers flowering, or it can be in the autumn going into winter when you want to build up your bees to make sure they're strong and fat and ready to overwinter the long winter. And how do you use them? Very simple. You just gently smoke the bees down, put the patty on top of the frames as close to the brood as possible. And when you're doing that, make sure the side with the holes is placed down to make it easier for the bees to access the patty. And then repeat as you need to do it. So it's important to remember that bees can't raise bees on protein alone. They also need carbohydrates. So if feeding patties, it's best to also ensure that you're feeding syrup as well at the same time. Ideally, that syrup would have the HiveAlive Liquid added to it for all the benefits that HiveAlive gives them. If it's too cold to feed syrup, and that's generally under like 50 degrees or 50 degrees Fahrenheit or 10 degrees Celsius, you can alternatively use our fondant to feed them at the same time. Of course, as I mentioned, you want to put the patties as close to the brood as possible. So for instance, if you have a double brood box, you put it in between the two boxes of brood. Each patty is 1 pound, and they currently come in packs of 10 or packs of 40, so it's 10 pounds or 40 pounds. They're available through our website or through our dealers. You can go to our website is www.usa.hivelivebees.com, and you can see the full list of our retailers there too as well, along with our other products. If your local stockist doesn't carry it and you're interested in getting some, please let us know. We'll contact that stockist and try and make sure they have it. And in Canada, they're available through Dancing Bee. Thanks.